It's just the racism and xenophobia. When people talk about, oh, I don't think Donald Trump is racist or whatever. It's like, yes, he is. And by the way, he goes so far as to impugn Somalian IQ.
And they don't do it. A lot of very low IQ people, they don't do it. Other people work it out, and they get them money, and they go out and buy Mercedes Benzes, and they come from here. They have no money. They never had money. They never had a life. They never had a government. They never had a country, because there's basically no country. Somalia is not even a country. They don't have anything that resembles a country. And if it is a country, it's considered just about the worst in the world. They come here and they become rich and they don't have a job.
And just openly insulting these people. It really is just mask off pure xenophobia and racism from him.
Weapons. This one here is very bad. I'm going through this because I think we have plenty of time. I'm going to beautiful place in Switzerland where we'll be, I'm sure I'm very happily awaited for. In Switzerland, they don't know about this. They don't have this problem. They have other problems, but they don't have this problem. Look, killed somebody. And these are rough people. These are not, this was all allowed into our country through open borders. These dumbest policies, men and women's sports is dumb.
And again, he's trying to change the narrative. He's like, "Ooh, I think like trans people in sports, like that's a winning issue for me." Just talk about that, tried to shoehorn that in. But again, the problem is that the American people are not upset with Trump for deporting violent criminals. They're upset with his civil liberties and human rights abuses, not just of undocumented immigrants, but documented immigrants and American citizens. And this is not going to change the narrative on that. He's not going to move the needle with this friggin' just show up random pictures of alleged criminals.
They've been working with us so well. It's been so nice. And an unbelievably nice woman also did a very incredible thing, as you know, a few days ago. We're talking to her, and maybe we can get her involved in some way. I'd love to be able to do that. Maria, maybe we can do that. But we're dealing with the people and the president and all of the people in Venezuela.
So again, he's talking about Maria Machado, who was the opposition leader to the Maduro regime. She was the recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize. She gifted Trump the Nobel Peace Prize after he made it abundantly clear that he wanted it, and rather than turning it down like any, sane person would, like, "Oh, no, this is yours, you want it," he accepted it.
In that church was horrible yesterday. Look at it here. 24 convictions. 24 times convicted. They're not charges, these are convictions. So he comes from outside the country. Do you think he's going to be good here? He's convicted 24 times, he's going to be good here, right?
You know who was convicted 34 times? 34 felonies? Donald Trump himself last year, or rather 2024, I should say. And we elected him president again. So clearly it's not a matter of, your character being determined or your fitness being determined by whether or not you have a criminal record. Right, Donald? Right? But again, it just comes down to he's conflating two different issues in a desperate attempt to reclaim the narrative.
But when she was shot, there was another woman that was screaming shame, 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 right? You saw it. So loud. She was like a professional opera singer. She was so loud and so professional. She wasn't a woman that was hurt, like, oh, my heart's injured. She was a professional. She's shame, shame. She's screaming, shame, shame. I said, that's not a normal person.